Van Dyke Show.
Hello, Dick Van Dyke Show friends. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is KJ Ricardo, and today's episode is a look at my list of the top 10 Robert Petrie moments from the first season of the Dick Van Dyke Show. Now, Robert Petrie is a great character. Dick Van Dyke is so classic and iconic with his physical comedy, and we're going to look at my list. So let's get started with number 10. The Twizzle. Now, this episode focuses more on the show itself with this man who sings and dances the Twizzle. But one of my favorite moments from this episode is when everyone's doing their own little solo part and Rob does his little Twizzle dance. He shifts his hips in a really great way and everything, and I have a clip of that for you to see.
Now you're doing that Twizzle. Everybody, you're beginning to sizzle. You twist a little and you twist a lot. And now let's really get hot. And let's twizzle. Baby do. Twizzle. Baby do. Twizzle. Baby, baby do. Baby do. Twizzle. Baby do. Twizzle. Baby do. Twizzle. Baby, baby do. Baby do. Twizzle!
Number 9 is the return of Happy Spangler. Now, this is a great episode. It's the last episode of the first season. Rob's former boss, Happy Spangler, they've reunited, and Rob has him join the writing staff for the Alan Brady Show. Buddy and Sally express their feelings and concerns to Rob that Happy's comedy writing just doesn't fit with them. And so Rob has a conversation with Happy about comedy writing, and Happy expresses how slapstick doesn't really work anymore. It doesn't sell. And so Rob turns this into a comedy sketch for the Alan Brady Show. He acts it out for everyone else, and just like Dick Van Dyke is known for, his physical comedy is so great. In this scene, here's a clip of that.
Professor Freud would not have laughed at a man who hurt his foot. Thank goodness we have reached a point in our civilization today where we no longer laugh at people destroying themselves.
Number 8 is The Sick Boy and the Sinner. This is the very first episode. It's a great introduction to Dick Van Dyke's physical comedy. The gang has to go to Alan Brady's house for a fancy dinner, and Rob wants Laura to go with him, but she doesn't want to leave because she thinks Richie is going to get sick. So she wants to stay home. Rob really has to drag and carry her out of the house because he wants her to go to the dinner with him. So they end up going, and the scene where Rob is doing his impression of Laura's drunk uncle is so great. It's a great introduction to Rob's physical comedy, Dick Van Dyke's physical comedy. And so here's a clip of that.
Oh, thank you, sweetheart.
Listen, honey, are you hungry? Would you like a sandwich?
I would love a sandwich.
All right.
Oh, I'd love a ham on rye.
Fine. With mustard? With pickle?
Pickle!
Honey, you don't look right. You know what I think you need? I think you need a nice stiff drink.
Number 7 is Empress Carlotta's necklace. This is another great episode. Rob bought this knockoff of an Empress Carlotta's necklace at work. He loves this necklace. He thinks it's really fashionable, so he buys it to give to Laura as a present. She doesn't like the necklace at all. It's not fashionable, but he really loves it. He thinks it's stunning on her, and so he does everything. He even shows her off to Millie and Jerry and just everything. And he thinks this necklace is so great, and that's one of the reasons why I think this episode is a fantastic Rob moment, is that he thinks this necklace is so fashionable. He doesn't see why, Laura wouldn't like it. So that's a great moment. Number 6 is Father of the Week. This is another great episode focusing on Rob's physical comedy. Now, he has been voted Father of the Week for Richie's class. So he has to go in and give a presentation, but Richie doesn't want him to come to school because he doesn't think Rob's presentation will be that great. It won't be entertaining to the kids. You can't really show what it is to be a comedy writer, but Rob goes anyway. He goes to the class, he gives a presentation on what comedy writing is all about, and he gives a sample of his physical comedy, and it's just so great. All the things that he does, he has the kids laughing, he's teaching them about the unexpected and everything. And so I have a clip of one of his demonstrations.
That was unexpected, and you laughed. So, that's one way of making people laugh. Touch you again.
Number 5 is Who Owes Who What. I really love this episode. I've been showcasing it like in every video. Rob thinks that Buddy owes him some money, and Buddy thinks that Rob owes him some money. And Laura tells Rob that she doesn't really think that he can confront Buddy about the whole situation. And so Rob becomes fixated on this, and he, lets his emotions go to work, and he can't tell Buddy how he feels, so he decides to work it into a comedy sketch. He's like, well, maybe I'll be subtle about it and include it in a comedy sketch, and maybe Buddy will pick up on it. But it doesn't really work. The comedy sketch isn't great, and it's just such a great episode with how fixated Rob becomes on something and just how focused he can be on something. Number 4 is the Meershatz Pipe. This is another great episode focusing on how Rob fixates on something. He drives himself to be sick because of an incident that happened at work. He stays home and he feels like he should really be at work. He thinks that no one can write an entire episode without him there, but they can. And this whole thing started with Buddy having this pipe that he claims Alan Brady gave him. And so Rob feels jealous. He feels left out because he didn't get a pipe, even though he is the head writer for the Alan Brady show. So he becomes fixated and completely focused on this. It's such a great episode. Number 3 is One Angry Man. Another great episode. Rob is on jury duty, so he goes to court, and he tries to be a good member of the jury, but he finds the lady who is on trial. He finds her attractive. She flirts with him, and he finds himself flirting back with her. The way that he is in the court scene, where he falls over the rails, and he really is flirting and affected by this woman so much that when the jury is making a decision, he lets his emotions affect his decision on if she's guilty or not. It's so great. Number 2 is Oh, How We Met on the Night That We Danced. I love this episode. This is a flashback episode to Rob's days in the military, which is great to see. But this episode is when he meets Laura for the very first time. She's dancing in the USO show. He immediately loves her. It's love at first sight for him, but she hates him. She doesn't want anything to do with him. But he is determined. He knows from the first time he sees her that that's going to be the woman that he's going to marry. So he does everything he can to get on her good side, to win her heart. And they eventually dance together. And of course, we know because of the rest of the show, they do fall in love. And I have a clip of them dancing together. It's just so great.
Why do you hate me?
Doesn't everyone?
What can I do to make you like me?
Get off the stage.
Now that you like me, will you marry me? Don't answer now. We'll wait till the dance is finished.
But my number one pick is Where Did I Come From? This is a fantastic episode. This is another flashback where she wants to know the story of the day that he was born. So we get the story about the night before where Rob is very anxious, very nervous, like most expected fathers are. He has his coat and hat ready to go. He has his hat right near the bed where he can just slide it on his head really quick. And so that scene is so fantastic and really comical. But then we get the scenes where he's at work and nothing's going right. He's very nervous. He has to give his pants up to the dry cleaning to fix. And when he gets the phone call that Laura's in labor, he has to borrow Buddy's pants. It's so great. And then he comes home and it's just so comical. Here's a clip of that. It's just so great.
I know he will as soon as he can. That sounds like him.
Hey, look out!
Oh my goodness.
Still sounds like Rob ran into the taxi if it was Rob. Oh, it was Rob.
What's the matter with you? Are you all right? What are those pants?
Never mind my pants, honey. Come on, let's go.
Rob,
Can't go, mister.
Oh, mister, I'm going to drive my wife myself.
You and me and the car in front of us all locked bumpers when you knocked into me.
Well, can't we unlock them?
You gotta have a lot of help for that. We're like welded together.
Oh, my gosh. I'll have to. I know. Millie, call any of the neighbors and ask them. No, I'll do it. Can I use your phone? No, I'll use ours. Where is it?
It's over there.
What's their number?
Whose?
Anybody.
calm down. We have plenty of time.
Honey, I want you to sit down. Don't stand up. Sit down.
Oh, Rob.
That's it. Hello, operator. Operator, my wife's having a baby. Oh, wait a minute. Give me the police.
Rob, why don't we just call another taxi?
Yeah, let me call my company. We'll have another cab here in 5 minutes.
Yeah, Rob.
There's not going to be any company. Oh, don't hang up. Oh, police. Oh, listen. Officer, my wife's having a baby, and there's 3 cars in my driveway all welded together. No, wait a minute. Forget that. Send a squad car here right away. Good. My troubles are over, honey. A squad car's coming right down here any minute now, and they'll think, what's the matter?
You didn't give them our address.
I did. Oh, my God.
So those are my top 10 favorite moments featuring Robert Petrie on the Dick Van Dyke Show from the first season. There's so many more moments for the rest of the show that I will continue to showcase on this YouTube channel. So if you're not subscribed, make sure you click the subscription button so you can follow my journey as I watch Dick Van Dyke and I Love Lucy. I think Rob is such a great character. I love to showcase his physical comedy, but also just how great he is as a character. He's a great father, husband, friend, comedy writer. It's just so great. So let me know what your favorite moment is in a comment and I'll be happy to read that. Thanks for watching and I'll see you guys next week. And remember to always laugh often.